Welcome in Tar Heel Nation. This is the Tar Heel Herald. Before we get into today's discussion, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Really helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell. And if you know any Tar Heels, think about giving them a share. Welcome in, guys. So the rushing attack, honestly, in my opinion, is going to be fine. Even if Ty Chandler wasn't even there, I still think the rushing attack would be fine. And the reason they brought Ty Chandler in was mostly because they needed a veteran, and I don't think whether or not he gets huge numbers or not, they didn't bring him in just for the numbers. I think, they value that veteran experience, so that's mostly why they brought Ty Chandler in my opinion. But he's also, one of the top running backs coming out of the transfer portal. So we had Michael Carter and Javonte Williams leave. Michael Carter is the smaller, elusive back. He's 5'8", 200, and we got DJ Jones, who looks very similar to him. Phil Longo has already stated that he looks the most like Michael Carter. So, when you get that respect, you run with it. But he's 5'10", 205. Elijah Green came in after him at that Western Carolina game, looking pretty good as well. 5'10", 205 as well. You got Ty Chandler, was a little bit bigger than these guys, 6 foot 210. And British Brooks, 5'10", 210. And of course, the only people who were as big as Javonte are the two freshmen coming in, Kamaro at 5'11", 230, and Caleb Hood at 5'11", 230. I don't know if they're going to stay that size or not, but right now those are our only two bruisers that we really have, so maybe one of those can get some snaps this year. A lot of people think Caleb Hood might. Maybe he does. Kamaro is currently playing football at his high school right now. That's why he's not participating in spring. So if anyone, that's why a lot of people think Caleb Hood, especially because he's just overall a tremendous athlete. But you have Ty Chandler, you got DJ Jones, Caleb Hood. I mean, even without that, you had DJ Jones and Elijah Green. British Brooks showed some promise. So, barring no injuries, this running back room is pretty full, in my opinion. And I think behind this offensive line, all you got to do is let this offensive line carry you. You got everyone returning. They're all either elite at run blocking or getting to elite. Joshua Zudu being the elite guy. I think he is expected to even take a leap this year. Maybe even leaves after 3 years because he might be that good this year. We'll have to see, though. But, you got Marcus McKeithen might be taking a leap this year, hopefully. Maybe even Jordan Tucker, but we'll have to see. But everyone's coming back. They were already great at rushing. And, they really just have to get better at the penalties and the, pass blocking. But, this isn't pass blocking we're talking about here. We're talking about they're going to give you 3 yards almost every single time. It's like you go back and watch the tape of last year, and if these running backs just did what they were supposed to behind this offensive line, it was almost expected to get 3. I mean, sometimes, there was a defensive lineman that shot through, or a linebacker that was blitzing that shot through every once in a while, but it was not very often. They almost always got back to the line of scrimmage. I would like to see if I could find that stat of how many tackles for losses the defense has had against us. But either way, I think this offensive line is going to carry us. And I also don't think Phil Longo is really going to change the scheme much. I think he's going to do the same schemes with whoever he has, whether or not it's 2, 3 running backs. He might change it up a little bit in the red zone if he has a true bruiser, because he did use Javonte the most in the red zone, clearly. But Michael Carter definitely did get a few snaps in the red zone here and there. But does he eventually go to a true bruiser? I don't know. But if he doesn't, I think it's going to be exactly the same. It just depends on how efficient it's going to be and how well these running backs can do on their own in the open field without the offensive line. We'll have to see. That's going to be the true testament because, Javonte and Michael Carter just either dodged him or ran over him. That's what they did. They got first downs all day long. If I'm not mistaken, Javonte Williams himself had the most missed tackles out of any other running back, but both of them combined just crushed every other school. It wasn't even close. So it just depends, efficiency. So we may not see 7.5 yards per carry or 8 yards per carry like Michael Carter. Maybe we just see similar numbers to 2019. Maybe not as great either. I don't think we need to have two 1,000-yard backers to have a top offense like we could, because I think with Sam Howell, and if this offensive line can get their pass blocking down, I think that's going to carry us a lot further than the run game will. But the run game obviously is going to help us with the RPO, and because the RPO is what confuses them the most and gets us a lot of explosive plays. So when they hesitate on the RPO, because they know Michael Carter and Javonte is very dangerous, the safeties start to creep up, and then Sam pulls it and throws it. That's going to hurt. So that we want that ability to let Sam use his skill players, and using his skill players is also taking his running backs to his advantage by making those safeties creep up a little bit. So we'll have to see. I think most people are going to tell you that Ty Chandler and DJ Jones are your first two options. Spring we'll have to fully see. I haven't really gotten any news on the running backs yet. So we'll have to see there. But yeah, I think we're going to be doing just fine in the running back room. All right, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for joining in. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you know any Tar Heels, leave them a share.